Hey my stitches, welcome back to Kicking It with T, and today we are going to be making a prom dress. So it is prom season and this is my first official dress for my girl Z. Hooray for Z. But we will be working with the color royal blue. I love blue. I'm so glad she picked this color because it's my favorite color. And I also have a beautiful applique that I'm going to bedazzle the heck out of because it's not shiny enough for me, to my liking at least. But we're going to save that for later. And what we're going to do is start working with our material. I have 3 yards of this. She's pretty short, so I don't need that much material. We have 3 yards of material and the applique. I got my lining, and I also already have my pattern drafted out. But if you want to know how I draft my patterns, let me know down in the comments, and I will for surely drop that video for y'all. I mean, knowing me, I might just drop it anyway. But yeah, just let me know in the comments, and I'll go ahead and just make a video on that, and we'll go over how to draft patterns for mermaid skirts. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty and get started. Alright, so obviously you're going to need some tools in order to go ahead and, cut out your pattern and everything and make life a little bit easier for you. So we're going to use scissors. I might use my rotary cutter. I'm not sure yet. Cutter, did I say cutter again? I'm not remaking that clip. So, yeah. I have my clips. And then I also have some pins inside of here. And I'm going to use hemming tape. We're going to save this for later in the video. You're also going to need your pattern. This is not what it looks like, but I'm going to show you at least one part. So this is the back of the skirt. Don't mind how I cut it out. I'm trying to save the trees like me. But this is the length of the skirt. So she is about half of me, and I'm about 6 feet tall. So with the dress skirt coming down to my feet, a little bit over my feet, I know for sure that her train is going to be big and dramatic. Now she says she don't want it too big, but big enough for it to, stand out. So I will drop a picture of the inspiration that she sent me because this is what she wanted. And I must say this was an excellent choice because I'm really loving the top. So I didn't do the exact colors and I added my own little design to it. So y'all see that in a minute. But I really love how this velvet just shines. And I can't wait for y'all to see the finished result. So we're going to go ahead and lay out our fabric. And we're going to put our pattern on top and cut everything out and then move on to the next step. Be right back. So now that we have our front and back piece cut out, I'm going to work on the back pieces, which I cut in 2. And then we're going to connect everything together to make the skirt and then move on to the top portion. So, like I said before, watch me work. Here I am laying out my fabric, my cutout pieces, if I must say, and I'm just going to pin down that back seam where the zipper is, and that's where we're going to sew it. But I'm also going to add some clips to the opposite side too, just to keep everything in place. In this clip, I'm showing y'all how I'm going to cut out my lining, but for this dress, I decided not to do lining because the velvet is like super thick, and it's getting warm out here, so I don't want her to be sweating through her dress, and velvet kind of has its own line base on the inside anyway, so it's not necessarily needed for lining unless you just want it like that. Now, if it was cold outside, I would definitely use lining, but for this purpose and prom and everything, I'm not going to do that.
Since my material is like super stretchy, I'm going to use knit and stretch needles to avoid any snagging and unevenness in my lines. So I left out that 1 inch seam allowance that I saved for my zipper, and I'm going to sew 1/8 of an inch down the line because I am going to serge this, so I'm not too particular about where I'm sewing it, just close enough to the edge to serge it. And I am going to also change out my foot for the zipper. I do have a zipper foot. If you don't have one, it's okay. But I'm using this so it'll be easy to attach my zipper. I'm going to sew it one side at a time. And please make sure y'all take your time with this step because this is very crucial. And look at that zipper. Like, that is so neat. It is so pretty. And I have to redo it, y'all, so that's why I stress the fact that you take your time with the zipper, because I have to start over. But I really love how this came out. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing, and that's connecting the front and back. I have my pieces laid out, well, laying them out, but I'm going to lay the bottom piece down first, which is the front, and then I'm going to put the back on top of that because I realized that I cut a little bit too much in the front, so I'm going to take some off just because my client is small and she's not very hippie in that area. So make sure that you double check your sizes and everything because, you know, it's best to have more material than less. And make sure that when you're pinning that you try to get it as even as possible, especially when working with the stretchy material. So now that I have everything pinned, I'm going to take it up to my serger and I'm going to serge both sides of it. Take your time with this because, like I said before, your lines can come to be uneven, and if it does, you can go back through and fix that by just trimming it off. But just make sure that you have everything lined up, so you have to avoid that. Now that the skirt is done, we're going to move over to our applique, and I'm going to use my wood burner to cut this out because it makes it a whole lot easier. I am using my scissors just to trim off that excess mesh, and then use my wood burner to cut out close to the edge of those pieces. Now I know y'all remember me saying that I was about to bedazzle the heck out of these appliques, and I went on over to Hobby Lobby and got these little gems for $5.99. It came with 40 pieces in there. And then I also got these little cute little butterflies off Amazon. Take them out the pack, T. Take them out the pack, you know, speed it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so these cute little butterflies that I'm also going to add gems to. The appliques have some, but not all pieces. So I just want to make them sparkle a little bit just to give it some shine. So we're going to go ahead and add these gems to these using some E6000 glue. And y'all can just watch me do that. Yes, honey, this is a whole lot better. A whole lot better. Like, look at this. This is so pretty. This is so pretty. Y'all, let me shut up. Y'all just watch this video. Okay, now the bra pieces are done, and also the appliques are cut out and bedazzled. So we're just gonna lay them out on top of our bra pieces. And right now I'm just masking it out on how I want it to look. There's no right or wrong way to do this, but just figure out how you want it laid out. And then once you're done, you are gonna go ahead and add your glue. I'm gonna glue these down, and then I'm going to add some stitches in by hand just to make sure that everything is secure. So just go ahead and take your time with this and play around with it and see how you want it to look, and then we'll go ahead and glue everything down. Yeah, see, this right here was definitely a rookie move. I was just trying to see like would it work if I did it that way. But I just went on and pinned and sewed it down. So do not do this step. Avoid this step. Now to finish off this dress, I'm going to add some horsehair trim around the hem of the skirt, and then I'm going to fold it over to sew and top stitch it. And voila, here we have it, the finished result. I'm so happy with how this came out, and I'm so glad that she loved her dress. I can't wait to do another one of these. But I do want to thank you all for tuning in today, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And please stay tuned for the next video.